when you watch the Michael movie, you realize he was a kid inside. He was psychosexually stunted. It's very obvious, right? Like even his fixation on Neverland and Peter Pan, it's what he would read. They did a very good job at showing, like insinuating his fixation on kid stuff, right? And then he's grooming and he's assaulting these kids with like Peter Pan, like freaking cutouts all around the room and shit like that. I don't know what the fuck's going on. So this week I watched the Michael Jackson movie in theaters as well as Leaving Neverland. And for those of you who don't know what Leaving Neverland is, that's the really long documentary that HBO did on Michael Jackson, I think in 2019 for the allegations against him. And for context, I am a survivor of childhood SA from my uncle. And after leaving the Michael movie, like, first of all, I I didn't obviously know the extent of his story. Joseph Jackson is so monstrous. He reminds me so much of what I went through at the hands of my family as a child. And after leaving, I just remember thinking, like, oh my God, this poor, poor man. And I found a lot of empathy in his life. Um, I just felt so devastated. Also, the music was crazy. I haven't listened to his music in so long. I don't typically like to listen to music of people who unsettle me. So, like R. Kelly by Sea Breezy by Usher is like on the way out. Like I can't listen to that shit in good faith. And also, it just doesn't sound the same anymore. There's that like hint of like guilt and grief and like ugh, like Anyways, with Michael, I haven't listened to his shit in years, years. I can't tell you the last time I listened to his stuff. After the movie, I was listening to his music, and I'm like, man, this shit is so good. And then I kept thinking of the survivors that he has left behind to kind of pick up the pieces of their lives, and I was thinking about how like it must be so triggering for them for this movie to come out. And I was like, you know what? Let me watch Leaving Neverland. I've never watched it before. I know of the case. I don't know like too many details, but I know enough. So yeah, I watched it. Gut wrenching, gut wrenching. And I had so much identification with these kids, and I mean the kids as in the survivors. These are grown men now, but I resonated so much with their story, the complexity, the confusion. And I think a lot of people try to ignore what Michael did. I think, they want to still honor the fact that he was just this incredible creative beast. And that also makes me really uncomfortable because as somebody who spent her whole life no longer pedestalizing my abusers and